Welcome to the bold analysis. My friend Pauline Njoroge shared a post in this photo in a WhatsApp group just a few minutes ago, and is talking about this meeting was held in an exclusive location where Uhuru Kenyatta held a meeting with Raila Odinga, other leaders and other Azimio party leaders. This photo has been trending, and I think I can tell you that if you see Kenya Kwanza coming out tomorrow to react, we are waiting for how they're going to react to this photo. And I want us to make some few observations from that. Number one, the colors of those shirts, that one Uhuru Kenyatta is putting on and that one Raila is putting on, are the same. So, you know, that is just to show that that meeting is not actually impromptu. That is a meeting that was organized, because if you look at the photo that was shared earlier in the day when Raila Odinga, when Uhuru Kenyatta, former President Uhuru Kenyatta, met with the Chinese ambassador, he was actually putting on a different shirt. So you can do your homework. You'll realize that it's a bit different. And I know very well, for a fact, that this is not the first time that Raila Odinga is meeting with Uhuru Kenyatta. I think Nation has been carrying stories of how night meetings were held at Raila Odinga's residence when Uhuru convened Azimio meetings just to look at the progress of the bipartisan talks. So there is something that, there is an observation you need to make, that for the first time, a closed-door meeting between Raila Odinga and Uhuru Kenyatta is being made public. So the act of even making it public, one, is one that you can interpret. Remember, as we talk now, there have been a divide about the bipartisan talks report. And I think I promised you that I was looking at the feedback. I'll read some of your feedbacks on that. Yeah, I saw some people already telling me through the comment section about it. So, the NADCO report was already, it was coming because there were multiple media reports that Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga were differing on views. While Raila said that that document is a start, is a beginning of what will come in future, Uhuru Kenyatta Axis was pushing for that document to be rejected in total. So that was the position of Martha Karua, and also that of Jeremiah Kioni, who is speaking on behalf of Jubilee Party, and Eugene Wamalwa. While Raila Odinga and Kalonzo Musyoka were actually were not there. Now, there's something you need to note, that that meeting is with the Kiambu leaders and other party leaders. Now, these other party leaders are not in that photo. So you're not seeing Kalonzo, you're not seeing Eugene Wamalwa, you're not seeing Martha Karua. So it's a Raila Uhuru affair. There is something that they wanted to achieve. The making public that photo was to achieve a political objective, that there is no division within the Azimio la Umoja, or rather there is no fallout between Raila Odinga and Uhuru Kenyatta. Number two, Pauline Njoroge is also saying that that meeting happened, that photo was shared when they also met with other leaders. And you can see someone in that photo is my MP Mark Mwenje, the Umoja, is it Embakasi West, not Umoja, Embakasi West, a member of parliament. And they were meeting leaders from Kiambu, that is Kiambu County. So that is Gema. So you can also see, you know, the fact that that meeting is also one that is convened by Kiambu leaders. Over the weekend, Raila Odinga was in Kiambu with Mama Ida to attend the wedding ceremony of some gentleman in Githunguri. Remember the guy who met Raila in 2021. So Raila was also there. So it's something that could have been, or could also have been organized. So I want us to look at it now. Just from, as this is happening, there have been that divide about NADCO report, and I just want to use this to reveal about it a bit, because that Azimio la Umoja, as it is, it was to win the last presidential election. Now, they didn't win that election. So what remained is just a movement. It's just a movement. That's number one. Number two, Martha Karua seems to be retreating to Kirinyaga. So she's more visible on the Kirinyaga side. I saw her with Maina Njeri, the Kirinyaga senator, Kirinyaga women rep, and she seems to be eyeing, maybe trying to succeed Anne Waiguru. Corridors have that. So that is why I've been telling people that this discussion about Azimio fallout on NADCO report is neither here nor there, because Azimio could not hold itself. Just today, Jeremiah Kioni was talking about, not Jeremiah Kioni, Mutua was actually telling Jeremiah Kioni that they should leave if they feel uncomfortable with the report because it came through a process. Now, in this podcast, what I want to explain is, just in respect to this meeting, is what is Uhuru-Raila's strategy moving forward? And I'm not going to pick anything out of the moon. We just want to pick what exactly has been going on. Number one, the first strategy I've been seeing is Uhuru Kenyatta is reviving Jubilee Party with the target of consolidating the Kikuyu vote. And two, consolidate Kikuyu vote. And number three, that's number one. Number two is also trying to eject UDA. I think UDA is already dead in Mount Kenya. That one you can agree. I've been going there, by the way. UDA is not in Mount Kenya. That's one thing that if you ask me, I've gone to a couple of counties, yes. I think it's only Kiambu that I've never visited, but I've gone to Nyeri, I've gone to Kirinyaga, I've gone to Nyandarua. So there is no UDA. I've gone to Murang'a. Yes, my one of my siblings is actually my oh, it doesn't change anything. Sister yangu mwenye ananifuata ameoleka Murang'a. So that's why I'm not really passionate about Gema. So there is no UDA there. That's for sure, I can tell you. There is no UDA in Mount Kenya. So that strategy, and that is why you will see that activation efforts. Jeremiah Kioni has been doing activation in Nyandarua. They're also doing another activation in Lamu, just to address, there have been some issues, there have been some tribal clashes between the natives and the Gema members of Mount Kenya that are staying in Lamu. And I think even government have been so much on high alert on this. So that is the strategy number one. And that is going to achieve because, remember, Jubilee Party was one of the entities that William Ruto wanted to ensure that is dead. And that strategy will help get a strong party fabric. In the next election, in the last general election, there were so many other factors that were put together. Now, moving forward, I don't think, and I can promise you, if you watch this podcast, Azimio is not the political vehicle that any other candidate, be it Kalonzo or Raila, will use for 2027. No. It will not be it. In fact, I see a possibility that whoever is going to vie, if Kalonzo is going to vie, Kalonzo is going to vie with Wiper, then getting the support of other affiliate parties. If Raila is going to vie, I'm seeing a Raila who is vying through ODM, and any other party that is united will support him. If you're going to have a Jubilee candidate, they're going to vie through Jubilee, then other candidates will support him. That probably is one thing I am seeing, because 2027 is looking at 2032. So you're also you also want to bolster a party that can help you. If you don't get it, you can still use it in 2032. So the first strategy is to revive Jubilee Party. Number two is Raila is doing more expose, is exposing Ruto, because that will get traction and also build anti-Ruto euphoria. Raila Odinga has done two exposes. Number one is the oil deal, the G2G, which quarters believe that the expose has been largely been given by Ruto axis. Then the other thing that is also done is also going to achieve anti-Ruto euphoria, because the more he's doing these exposes, he's getting that media attention. So that is one thing you can see, exposing Ruto. That third aspect, the third strategy that Uhuru and Raila are using is Uhuru coming out when the sabotage narrative is hot. I have seen a tweet from Mutahi Ngunyi, And I'm telling you that tweet is intentional. I want us to read that tweet. And that tweet is coming from a statement from Murkomen. Because Murkomen was actually saying yesterday, Murkomen was saying, I need to get Mutahi Ngunyi first before I even show you that one for Murkomen. Murkomen yesterday made a statement that the blackout at JKA borders some sabotage, and was asking for investigations, was asking the police to investigate whether there are some elements that wants to sabotage the government. And just on that, Mutahi Ngunyi did this. Think about it, at Kipchumba Murkomen is probably right. If it works like sabotage, looks like sabotage, and quacks like sabotage, then it is sabotage. And what we know, the dynasties are not happy. End of the discussion. I want to put something here. This sabotage is a narrative well sponsored by government. And it started with the minister saying that they're calling for some police to sabotage. Well, that's far from it. In fact, the issues about the blackout, according to me, is just mere sheer incompetence on the other side of Kipchumba Murkomen. And I support Cherargei on saying this. It cannot be that every month there is a blackout and you just come up with that casual explanation about how, you know, overloading of some machines. It cannot be that we still have that as a country. Now, I've also seen just the latest one. I've seen another tweet 13 minutes ago while I was just shooting. You know, I just came here to read that report. I want us to read this together. I've seen it. I've seen some hashtag NATCO report so that we see. Why is the NATCO report bad for country? And why is Uhuru opposed to it? Why has he disagreed with Raila over something that is good for country? What does Uhuru want? He should let Baba man be. Baba is always right except when he is wrong. Get it? So, and that is why I'm telling you, there was this narrative of Uhuru falling out with Raila. I'll give that, I'll try to debunk that at the end of this. Now, that sabotage narrative, the government thinks they're going to attack Uhuru, or rather their supporters will attack Uhuru, will feel that Uhuru is against Ruto. But the facts don't lie. It is very true that even if Uhuru is one of the most powerful saboteurs, then Ruto is in government. What these people tend to forget, that if you say that, then you say that Ruto is a lame duck president. It only means that it is Uhuru Kenyatta who is running government. Ruto appointed all his ministers. He is appointing all the heads of parastatals. He is in touch with the intelligence and get the intelligence feed. So when you tell the country that and you keep on changing goalposts, even the public sees you as a man who is just trying to escape. Now, I want to tell you something. This tweet, the latest tweet that has come from Mutahi Ngunyi, has come because of that post. And that post, the meeting between Raila and Uhuru. And people think, you know, that meeting has come at a time when the issue about fallout has been here. And I want to say this. This issue about NADCO report should not be narrowed to Uhuru-Raila disagreement. And I want to address Martha Karua and Jeremiah Kioni. It is very true that the NADCO report failed to address the cost of living. And it should be rejected. It is very true. But again, it is a bit selfish to narrow it down to Raila Odinga. As if, because I've seen Martha Karua saying that Kalonzo was incompetent or Azimio picked an incompetent team. You know, Martha Karua also had that opportunity of picking someone. I want to believe so. So, even in political rallies, even before this talk started, William Ruto team were already headlining. They had the headline stance saying that on the cost of living, give it to us, we are the ones who are doing it, and let's go with it. And so, Raila Odinga cannot solve this problem. If Ruto decides that I don't want to hear about reducing the taxes, And that was for the pretext of Raila Odinga. And he believes if he does that, is going to benefit Raila Odinga. Not knowing that if he reduces taxes or addresses, makes policy changes that can, tweaks policies that can address the cost of living, then is also going to help him curb the revolt from Kenyans. Then the best thing is what Raila said. And Raila said that when Kalonzo reported and said he had refused, Raila alimwambia wacha ajikarange na mafuta yake. And let Kenyans now be it. Because what the country needs is not about agreeing or disagreeing with the NADCO report. What the country needs is just to put Ruto under intense pressure. I think Raila Odinga is doing what he can do to expose KCP, KCSE, fuel deal. He's been calling those press briefings. The others have not been there. Martha Karua has retreated to Kirinyaga. So he's been calling all sorts of names. And so at the end of it, even of course the document is already rejected. But what should be the next course of action? It should not be thinking about taking people to the streets, because that has failed. And Ruto has proved to be lethal, or rather inhuman, when addressing, when handling demonstrators. So that is not a route. As far as Martha Karua and Jeremiah Kioni are objective, and they're right, they're within their right to differ with Raila on this. But the truth of the matter is, they should give us the way forward. So what's the way forward? What do they want the country to do? Because it rests with William Ruto. And I want to say that is why I believe something that Uhuru said, that let's put Ruto under intense pressure. Let's ask Ruto the questions. What this country needs is not about who is agreeing or disagreeing with the Bomas talks. What this country needs is calling out William Ruto what it is right and what is wrong. And Uhuru coming to limelight is shaking Ruto team because of these three reasons. Number one, Uhuru has unparalleled media visibility. Because I can tell you, if you grab the newspaper tomorrow, this meeting, I believe, I'll even do another analysis about it. This meeting is going to get the headline. You know, media also knows very well that the public wants to know what is Uhuru saying about this, or what is Uhuru thinking about this. Because the person that has made Uhuru Kenyatta, the person that has made Kenyans to yearn for Uhuru Kenyatta is William Ruto himself. He has made so many blunders in governance that Kenyans are seeing Heri Uhuru. And he has a problem because that unparalleled, and just, I don't see anybody. Look at this. This is Nation. This is headline Nation. That is Raila under siege. Look at people in that that front page. Look, Uhuru, Martha Karua, Eugene Wamalwa, Raila. There is no single government face, not Ruto, not Gachagua is in this headline. No single. No one is here. Why? Just ask why. Now, the image of William Ruto is no longer getting traction. And if you put William Ruto in this headline, you are not going to sell this newspaper. By the way, I'm going to tell you that. If you have access to editors, ask editors. Editors will tell you, ukiweka picha Ruto hapa mali umeweka Raila, hiyo newspaper haitauza. Now imagine if Uhuru is here, you'll sell double the copies than even if you put William Ruto here. So that is one of the challenges. And that's when Uhuru Kenyatta, and Uhuru has known that, that's when they're coming out, say sabotage, but then is then coming out. Number two, Uhuru is the stabilizing factor in Azimio la Umoja. Yes. That's why the media reports were about Uhuru-Raila fallout on that. But then that meeting streamlining is coming out then to streamline that and come out clearly what exactly is the deal. And I want to believe here, it's not about who gets what and who gets what. It's not about who agrees or who disagrees. The point here is that the cost of living has not been addressed. Even as William Ruto declined that it's not going to be put in the NADCO report because he believed, you know, the issue is, he believed if it's put there, then Raila is going to get a win, because Raila called for mass action, then people went to the streets, then after that, he has tweaked the taxes, so Raila has won. Not knowing it is him who is actually going to win. Now, Uhuru coming out is going to embolden rebel leaders, and is going to make the voices of rebellion in Mount Kenya to go higher. And that is why we will not want, and I can tell you, promise you, tomorrow, the narrative will be Uhuru should not appear in public. Uhuru should just go. And they've been saying it, you know. Kenya Kwanza have been insisting that Uhuru should not appear anywhere in public. In fact, according to them, Uhuru should not be seen anywhere. You know, Uhuru should be hiding somewhere that is not seen. So we are waiting to that, and I think it was very intentional and very objective for that photo to come out. Thank you, and let's meet in the next. Welcome to the bold analysis, guys. I'm this other side of Busia, Ebokai, as I had mentioned to you, and I'm here with Austin. So, Austin, you feel aje?
Na feel vizuri.
You feel vizuri?
Yes.
Yes. Maze, how is it? How has it been? Stroke ilikuwa mwaka gani?
Stroke ilinianza 2017. Wakati nilikuwa Nairobi. Hali ya kutafuta. Na nikamaliza almost only 8 months. Na stroke ikakuja. Ikaniweka chini.
Ikakuweka chini.
Yeah.
In the bed for 3 years.
In the bed nimemaliza 8 months.
Nimemaliza 8 months. What? Now, sasa unaona mkitembea ni unaweza do nini? Because you are telling me about the posho mill. Unaweza vuta ifanye?
Hiyo posho mill kusiaga naweza siaga ama naweza mmoja mkono yangu wa kushoto.
Kushoto ni gani?
Hiyo. Ndio inafanya kazi juu.
Hii haifanye kabisa?
Hii haifanyi.
Hata ukileta haiwezi
simama, haiwezi fanya kitu yote.
So inabaki venye iko sasa hivi.
Iko tu hivyo. So kitu nafanyanga tu moja na mkono ya kushoto ni kuoga na yani vitu ndogo.
So kazi za nyumbani unafanya kama nini sasa?
Kazi za nyumbani najaribu na kulima na mkono mmoja, hii ya kushoto.
Ya kushoto.
Pale padogo pa kupata tu chakula peke yake.
Uko na familia, watoto wangapi na?
Niko na watoto 2 na baby mmoja.
So you married after stroke ama?
I was married after stroke.
After stroke.
Yani nilioa kama nishapigwa na stroke.
Stroke was 2017.
Yes. Nikaoa 2018 mwezi wa 8. Na stroke nilipiga mwezi wa 2. Tarehe 10 na tarehe 8 on Wednesday.
On Wednesday.
2017.
Hey, you really have the memory of what really happened.
Yes,
Austin, this thing changed everything. Hii stroke ilibadilisha kila kitu.
Ilibadilisha, ikaniweka chini, so nothing I can do now. Hakuna kitu naweza fanya. Hata watoto wako tu hapa sana, shida nitafanya nini? Mungu acha watoto. Juu hata Mungu anasema fanya yoyote, lakini yende atamaliza. Sasa mimi sijui nianzie wapi na Mungu animalizie.
Wow. Austin, you know, there is one thing that I know when I was heard of your story, it really touched me kwamba there were family need and you just needed to have something. Sasa mama atakuwa anafanya, now if you will work kwa posho mill, mama atakuwa anafanya kwa?
Sasa nikifanya kwa posho mill, umejua hata mama alisema sasa kitu anaweza fanya, yeye anaweza enda kwa shamba kulima.
You can't run some small shop or something?
Anaweza
mbele ya hiyo shop, because tumeona hapo mbele kuna space.
Hiyo ndio aliniambia, anataka tafute pesa, tupate pale pa kuweka duka, anaweza pata kitu chochote ya
na si tunaweza weka mbele hiyo?
Yes, tunaweza weka hapo mbele. Hata sasa hivi mimi naomba tu Mungu useme tu na weka shop hapa, anaweza furahi kwa roho yangu yote.
And we must do that. I think that is what is remaining. and tunashukuru Mungu. We are going to put it. Si hiyo space ya mbele ni kuongeza mabati, inakuwa na shade, alafu unaweza weka something hapo so that wewe ukifanya ndani yeye afanye nje kwa shop. Auze hapo mbele.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Austin, on behalf of this bold network, I want to say pole, and I know saizi usha heal, usha kwa strong, and this is something now that ni kama ushazoea ama?
Ni mazoea, but hata saa zingine pesa ya kutumia kununua dawa inakuwa shida. Saa zingine
bado unatumia madawa?
Waliniambia lazima nitumie madawa.
Sasa za kama za
si za kureduce hiyo pressure.
Ya reduce blood. Kitu ileta stroke ni pressure.
Unajua kitu ileta stroke, mimi sikuwa najua anything juu wakati huo sikuwa na pressure. Nilifanya kama nimetoka.
Ulitoka wapi?
Nilikuwa nafanya tizi, mimi nilikuwa mtu wa kupiga mpira. Kuna cheza. After kucheza nikaenda kwa nyumba, nikirudi. After hiyo nikatoka nikaenda niko nafanya gym.
So ulipata kutoka kwa gym?